Morning. The Committee on Parole is called to order. Members of the panel today are Ms. Pearl Wise, Ms. Bonnie Jackson. My name is Tony Marabella. I'll be acting as chair. Our remote location is in Natchitoches Parish Detention Center. With the staff at Natchitoches Parish Detention Center, please introduce themselves. You're on mute, ma'am. If you could unmute, there you go.
Good morning. My name is Sherry Moore, and I'm the Natchitoches Parish Sheriff's Office Administrative Assistant, and I have inmate Kevin Osborne here.
Thank you very much. Mr. Osborne, would you give us your full name and DOC number?
Kevin Jerome Osborne, 506265.
Good morning, Mr. Osborne. This is a parole revocation hearing. I'd like to explain our procedure to you. First, I'm going to cover with you your parole revocation questionnaire. Then I'm going to read the allegations of how it's alleged you violated your parole. You'll be allowed to plead either guilty, not guilty, guilty with the statement, or not guilty with the statement. Then we'll have a full discussion of the allegations against you. Do you understand our procedure?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Osborne, do you have your parole revocation questionnaire there in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature at the bottom of the page?
Yes, sir.
Dated March the 24th of 2023?
Yes, sir.
Are all of those answers to the questions, to the best of your knowledge, correct?
Yes, sir.
You ready to proceed with your hearing today?
Yes, sir, I am.
Mr. Let me get to you. Mr. Osborne, it's alleged that you violated rule number 4. You failed to refrain from criminal activity as evident by your arrest of November 20th of 2022 by the Natchitoches Police Department. You were arrested for the offense of...
Excuse me, did you say November 20th?
November the 20th of 2022.
No,
by the Natchitoches Police Department.
It was November 29th.
29th. Okay, well, the allegation. Okay, 29th, 2022, by the Natchitoches Police Department. You were arrested for the offense of aggravated battery of a dating partner. On February the 14th of 2023, the charge of battery of a dating partner was dismissed due to the victim requesting to drop charges against Mr. Osborne. How do you plead to the allegations of aggravated battery of a dating partner?
Not guilty.
All right. Your case has been assigned to Ms. Bonnie Jackson. She will begin with the questioning. Would you answer any questions she might have?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Osborne, you were on parole for some drug charges, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Made parole on July 16th of 2021, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then on November 30th, the incident happened on the 29th of November, but on the 30th, probation and parole put a hold on you, so you've been detained on the probation matter since November 30th of 2022. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I want you to tell me what happened on November 29th.
November 29th, I went to, my girlfriend, which we are still together, called me to go get some pizza for the kids. Went got some pizza, made it home. Me not knowing that she was approached by this female at her job. And that's what the argument took place of me and her, whatnot, at that night. The argument took place with me and her that night when I made it home with the pizza or whatnot. I didn't know what was going on at that time, but after we had a few words or whatnot, she tell me, I was approached by this young lady at my job, and you ain't no good, and you know you're on parole, so I was like, what they got, what do they have to do anything with it? Well, I'm calling the police. Well, she called the police. I stayed outside until the police came, and the officer that arrived, I forgot his name, he was a lieutenant. He asked me what was going on. I told him me and my girlfriend had an argument or whatnot, and he detained me for that moment. And two other officers into the house and asked her what was going on. At that point, I don't know what's going on because I'm outside and they inside.
So you and Miss Matthews had an argument and you denied any kind of physical altercation, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. No kind of physical altercation happened, but it was shown that it was a guy that was there. Matter of fact, let me back up. It was a guy that was, I forgot the officer's name while I was being detained. He was outside. He was looking at my hands to see if I put my hands on her or whatnot. So he was like, don't look like you put your hands on her. I don't see no marks or anything on her hand. I was like, why is you checking my hands? Because she was like, she had marks on her face.
Wait. I looked at the video. You asked him to look at your hands. You
Yes,
were
sir.
the one
Yes, ma'am.
for it, so don't act like, you know, it was his idea. You asked him
Yes.
to look at your hands to see if there were any marks on your hands.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's be truthful today, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Didn't bring that up. You brought that up.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Also, the video, we got all the body cam video from outside and inside.
Yes, ma'am.
Them talking to her and then them talking to you. And there was some bruising around her eye.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
how to explain that?
Like I said, I wouldn't, we have no contact at all. Like I didn't put my hands on her at all.
So how did the bruising get there?
I don't know. I don't know at that time. I don't know how the bruises get on her face at all. Like I said, I just made it back home.
Stop talking. Didn't you tell the police that she did it to herself?
Yes, ma'am. She had to because I didn't do it.
And how long have you and Miss Matthews been in a relationship?
Little probably 15, 16 months.
And are you still in a relationship with her?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
I mean, we still talk every day. I mean,
If she makes up these kind of charges and puts you in jail, why would you still be in a relationship with her?
I mean, because I things sometimes get out of hand with you and your partner, and you know, me and her been together for a minute, and we have shared a lot of things together, and I just feel like things just went the wrong way, and it never happened before. I never had this kind of thing that happened to me before, and I'm just really I'm not I'm a forgiving type person, and I expect for the next person to forgive me, and that's why we're still together.
After this, do you live in a household with Miss Matthews?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any place else to live?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
With my brother.
Okay. I went through your notes from your parole officer, and it seems like up until this incident, you were pretty much in compliance with your parole. You were being in contact with the parole officer. You were working. You were paying your fees on a monthly basis. And except for this incident, you were in good standing on your parole. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I just try to make every chance I had this time to let my parole officer know that whatever or whenever they call, I will come. If I wasn't working, I will be there. Wherever you want to meet at, I'll be there. If I need to be home, I'll be there. I just try not to give them any problems, so they wouldn't think that I was back to my old ways of doing any kind of, any kind of different activities or whatnot. I was just trying to be a productive member of society. I was trying up until this incident.
Right, and I can see that because all of their notes indicated that whenever, for the most part, I think there was couple of times they contacted you, you weren't at the residence, but for the most part, be there, they would have contact with you. You're paying $63 a month towards your supervision fees. You have gotten employment. Where are you working?
I was working at Miss Moffitt gas station.
You also reported changes of address. So you were, I believe you were trying to do the right thing and be in compliance with your parole.
Yes, ma'am.
The victim in this case ended up dropping the charges. And so you were not convicted of the charges. It was basically the arrest and the body cam. And as I was looking at the video, it seemed like police officers weren't exactly sure what was going on.
Yes, ma'am.
Who to believe or who not to believe. And so, but they ended up, taking you to jail because the allegation was made against you, but they didn't seem to be, that convinced about what had happened.
Yes, ma'am.
So what would you like to say about this situation? What do you want the board to know before we make a decision on what to do with it?
Well, I want y'all to know that I really was out there doing the things that I need to do to stay home, to be a father to my kids, to have a job for a change, to, just to be able to say, well, I had a good day today at work or a long day at work. I mean, in the beginning, I didn't because I took the short route, but with me getting a job, coming home and just being that person that I needed to be, that mean everything to me. Me coming up the way that I came up, but and since I seen that it was good to have a job, to be able to, provide the right way, and just to be able for my little girls to see me every day. And that was a good thing. I never had that. And I do anything just to have that back. I do anything to have that back. Anything to get up to take my daughter back to school every morning, even though I just got off work at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and she got to be on the bus for 6:15 or 6:20, and I have to drive all the way 15, 20 minutes away to go get her. That means everything to me. And with this incident, that took away, it took away that from her. It's like I stole. It's like I stole that from her. And I do anything to get that, just to see her face. I do anything just to see her. And I just wish I could just go back to do that. I just wish I can go back and let her know that I'm home, and and we can go back to me studying with her, me taking her to school, just being a father. That's what I miss the most.
Well, thank you, Mr. Osborne. That's all I have.
Yeah, Mr. Osborne, there's some indication that your brother has some mental health decline. How's your brother doing?
He's okay for right now. He's okay.
Stick for him now.
My auntie, she's old, but my auntie took the benefit of the doubt to, to help him out. And I think about 2-3 days ago, she said he's doing fine. He's taking his medicine, but he always asks about me, because I was the one that's, I was over all his things that was coming in, his money, his food stamps, things like that. So he was always asking about me, but she say so far he's doing good. He's on his meds. He's picking up his weight. He have a skin disease too, so she say that's getting better because they took him to the doctor and they got him some medicine for that. But for us, he's doing okay right now.
Okay, so if you were released today, where would you go live? With her or with your brother?
I go live with my brother. Because he really he need my help.
What kind of house did he live in? How much room is there?
Oh, he have a 1 bed, no, 2 bedroom.
He's an apartment or a house?
Apartment.
Oh. And it's not a government apartment. Could you live there without any problems? It's a convicted felon and all that?
Yes, ma'am. The
Okay,
lady.
Go ahead.
The lady that runs the apartments, she calls me every time it's time for Cedric to pay his bills or me to take him to the store. She always go check on him. If something not right, she gonna call me and let me know, Kevin, you need to come over here and check this out, or come to the office and sign these papers for Cedric or whatnot. But it's no problem with me staying there.
Good. And the other concern I have is that the girlfriend in the statement when she dropped the charges, she said she was on her break at work, and a girl came in and said that you were a child's father of the child.
Yes, ma'am.
I have to resolve that.
The thing is, I'm gonna have to see my kids, So with that being said, there's no problem between us, Either her mom have the kids sometimes because she work a lot, true enough, or her father. So
no, I'm talking about the girl that was on her job that came to the break room and said that she has a child for you.
She's the.
How are you and your girlfriend reconciling that?
I mean, she's okay with it. Right now, she's okay with it. She accepts the fact that that the child is mine, and
okay. You just didn't realize they work at the same job. You just
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that. Okay.
I didn't know that at all.
Oh, okay. All right, then take it. That's all I have.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Great.
Yeah.
Jackson.
So I would say I came in with a different impression of you just based on, the allegations and everything. But like I said, I went through your parole officer's notes, and you have been trying to do the right thing. And I was really moved by the importance of being in your daughter's life for you, how important that is for you. And I think that speaks very well of you. And for me, I think you're deserving of change. I would say to you that not every relationship is a healthy relationship. And every relationship, is a beneficial relationship. And someone gets angry at you and he decides to use your parole as a weapon against you, that's not a healthy relationship for either one of you.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to understand that.
Yes, ma'am.
But because the charges were dismissed, because you had been doing very well on parole, my vote today is to do not revoke, continue you on supervision as a condition that you enroll in and complete 26-week domestic violence prevention program, and that you are not to return to the residence of the victim until you have completed all 26 weeks of that program.
Yes, ma'am.
Live in that house with her until you completed the domestic violence program. And sometimes when you go through that domestic violence program, it kind of gives you some more insight about, you know, what a healthy relationship looks like. And you're not in a healthy relationship with this woman, maybe you need to reassess it in some way. Okay? That's
Yes, ma'am.
my vote. Not revoke, return to supervision, 26-week domestic violence program, and do not reside with the victim until completion of that program.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Ms. Wise?
Mr. Osborne, I concur. My vote is the same for the same reasons.
Mr. Osborne, I agree with both my colleagues. You did a very good interview today.
Thank you,
And I
sir.
think heed Judge Jackson's words. As you go through this DVOP program, think about yourself as well as how you need to act with other people, because you may be in a relationship you need to get out of. So good luck to you, sir.
When do I start the program?
Well, you need to, your parole officer will assist you in that, but you have to do as soon as you can get in the program, we want you to get into it. And you're not to live with, back with your fiance or your girlfriend until you actually complete that entire program.
Okay, so I'll be getting released.
You
Yes.
should be released very soon, yes,
Okay, thank y'all very much.
To live with your brother.
to live with your brother, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all.
When you think you've seen it all, you see something new here at the Louisiana Parole Board. The whole time I'm just thinking this guy is just, it's like one of the worst interviews, except for I thought the comment about his daughter, it felt genuine. It felt authentic. Now, we have seen a lot, actually, of cases where the girlfriend or the fiance would have absolutely lied to get their man locked up. And I say that, I don't say that lightly. I don't say that because we make the assumption. I mean, it's not only do they come, you know, they're okay. I know it's tough to say. There are many cases where the woman who got him locked up shows up on the YouTube hearing and says, "Oh, he didn't do it. I made it up." And the board sees through it and says, "You're lying," basically, and he's gonna stay revoked. We have also seen cases where it is very clear that she really did make it up. They have evidence of it, what they dive into. And in this case, there's evidence in the body cam. And Miss Jackson is a great interviewer, really. One of the best, and I think my favorite. And you know, she just gets right down to the facts. And to quote her, I mean, it's, did you tell the police officer that she gave herself a black eye? We have body cam footage. There was bruising around her eye. How do you explain that? And I do want to know, sir, how do you explain that? Are we to believe that she hit herself in the eye, created bruising? because that would be a whole new level, something that we have not seen before in the parole hearing. I know that such cases exist. Maybe you've seen them. I've seen them on the news in extreme scenarios. But is it that the DA didn't press charges, and sometimes they do, oftentimes they do actually, even when the victim doesn't move forward in Louisiana. They don't need the victim to want to press charges in Louisiana. So maybe the board is just taking that as a sign. Maybe the body camera footage is unclear, but they certainly didn't make it seem that way. I mean, to me, it seems that they are really saying that she gave herself a black eye. Or they're saying, you know what? You served enough time. He's been locked up since November. It's April 20th. Happy 420. So he's been locked up quite some time. I don't know what his full sentence would be, what he would have to serve if he had been revoked. I tried looking up what his crimes is not in there, probably because he just took a plea deal. He never appealed it. And then this Wise has the story. Was it he got his girlfriend's coworker pregnant and then she had a baby? And that's just like, man, I mean, maybe now I understand why she gave herself a black eye. If we are to believe that, which I just can't go there, because all of a sudden you're in that scary realm of victim blaming, and that's just a place that is scary to go. And mind you, I am someone who has found myself one Sunday morning in a small room at a police office with two detectives interrogating me for something that I had not done. So I know very well that these things happen all the time, and I have a very strong opinion about it. Now, lucky for me, at that time, this was a long time ago. It was before the YouTube days, so I had watched enough Law and Order. I kept saying, well, why am I here? Because they said I was there for that they had brought me in for an unpaid parking ticket. It was ridiculous. I think they made the whole thing up because it was like, and they kept, they're just like, well, why do you think you're here? I have no idea. Why am I? Well, there was allegations of, and I'm like, what? Lawyer. And thank God, because I had seen enough Law and Order at the time. Otherwise, I now being like a crime, true crime person, the detectives would have, what was I, like 19 at the time? They would have made toast of me and then used every word against me. But I was also lucky that there were people with me the entire night. There were people that came to the police station and they interviewed them, and they all had the same exact story, and everything was just dropped. But my life could have been ripped apart and torn upside down because of someone just making something up. But this, so, what do you, it's interesting. I just don't, how do you get the black eye? Right? Like, how does that happen? But they thought it was a good interview, and Maybe they just wanted to let him out. They felt he served enough time, or maybe they really believed him. Maybe there was some type of evidence on the body camera footage that made it unclear. I don't know. But man, as Miss Jackson said, why would you, if she makes up these charges and puts you in jail, why would you stay in a relationship with her? It's just hard. It's just things that I can't wrap my mind around. And why would she want to stay in a relationship with him if it was the other way around, if he actually hurt her? I understand these are things that happen. A lot of you watching this probably have experienced one side of that. And if you can share the reasons in the comment section, it's helpful. Also love to know, do you think that he actually did it or not? But I'm still blown away why they thought it was a good interview. Anyways, I think that's all I have to say on this matter. And with that, I'll let you go.